as it is done. Put it in a pot. And some of the seasonings that I've got: Montreal chicken, Himalayan salt, garlic, onion, lemon, and cilantro. And you can take a look at that. And it's covered in a little bit of water. And then we will cover it with saran wrap, which is already ready to go. Now, the one thing, you can't just use store-bought saran wrap because it will melt, and you don't want plastic in your body. So we go to a restaurant supply store and get this Sunset, and it doesn't melt. Last thing that we do is we put the tin foil on, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven, and I believe it's set at 200 degrees, and we'll keep it in there 3 to 4 hours is good, and that way it can rest a little bit, and we pull it. And a lot of times I cook a buttload of it at one time, just simply because it takes all day to cook. I can tear it, pull it back, put it in a Ziploc bags, and I can have them for future meals. We'll pull it out of the oven. Tonight we're having chicken and dumplings. Don't tell my husband. We're very excited. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. We got all of the rabbit out of the oven, lots of it. We're obviously not going to use all of that for one meal. This is like 3 or 4 meals in advance. And we're going to go ahead and just peel it out. And this is the juice that the rabbit cooked in. And crap, I was supposed to put baking, what is that stuff? Cornstarch to make my stuff thick, and I forgot. So we're gonna get my hand clear. About a large tablespoon to make it thicken the juice. Cold water. Hot water is, you think it's gonna make it activate, it will, but in order to mix it so it's not clumpy, you put warm water in it, lukewarm. Okay, stir that up real good, and then we're gonna dump that inside the dish, and we're just gonna go all over the place with it so it'll thicken the whole bloody thing. And get it all out the bottom. Which we did. Okay, next is to put mixed vegetables in. We're gonna get that going, a little bit more than that, so we get our veggies. It's like having a casserole dish where you have your carbs and your veggies and your meat and your gravy all in one thing, which is awesome. So the last thing that we do, because we said rabbit and dumplings, right? Well, did we actually, I could make the dumplings from scratch. But the point is if I've got it ready to be made and ready to go, it will be awesome here. Oh, and I also want to put a little bit of poultry seasoning on there, because when you make chicken and dumplings, or you're making turkey or whatever, having that poultry seasoning gives it a really good flavor. So we're going to put a little bit on there, and yeah, my hand's dirty, so don't cross-contaminate. Sprinkle a little bit on here, and some celery salt too, because sometimes you don't want to over-season, but at the same time, you don't want to under-season either. So I'm going to put a little bit of celery salt on there too. And then the last thing I'm going to do is, my dumplings come from Pillsbury Biscuits. We opened it up, and you pull them out, and you flatten them. You just flatten them out, and lay them out over the top. We're just going to fast forward through this because they don't need to see it. I should be able to. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this bad boy in the oven. We're at 350. Probably about 20 minutes, and that's going to cook the raw dough, and we'll pull it out. Well, let's take a look at it. I'd love to have you for dinner, but I don't think there's enough. Minor mishap with the rabbit dumplings. One, the Ellis tradition, you look away and you burn the things. On the downside, the dough is raw. Because I didn't heat this up before I stuck it all back in there, I got a little overwhelming, and just took it into my own hands. So if you come a little closer, it's still too loose. It's not thick enough. You need to look in the pot. And you can see I've added my cornstarch, and it's got to heat up to boiling. Okay, it obviously didn't get heated up to boiling, so when I took it out there and I took the biscuits off, it's too wet. So what I'm gonna do, plan B, you always gotta have plan B. Get this thick and ready to go. Flip the biscuits over so no one knows any better that the biscuits are burnt on one side, and then we'll take it out of the oven again. It'll look awesome. Back to it now. Come in a little closer again, because it's hard to see when you're that far away. It is now thick enough. If you can look in the pot, it's thick enough, and I should have done this to begin with, and I didn't do it. So, best thing to do when you've got your meat pulled off the bone, put your vegetables that were frozen, that was the key. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Cook it on the stove, put your cornstarch in there, and I'm just gonna carefully throw this over the top, hopefully. Yeah, a lot thicker. And my husband's other bright idea was, well, if you have a spare set of biscuits, you could just put those biscuits in there and you would start over, but I don't. So just come in, just get over here and just come here.
I gotcha.
See, they're not done. They're not done because we totally weren't thinking clearly. So I'm putting them upside down and sticking them back in there. Yeah, they're too mushy, and they say not to eat raw bread. Oh, bread that's because your eggs and whatnot. Ooh, that's just nasty. But anyways, it will be fine in another 10 minutes, and we'll pull it out of the oven. And this time I'm gonna watch it so we don't have another mishap. Okay, you get closer. 4 and 4. We just weren't. I don't cook this that often, and I don't have the recipe written down, so it is entirely my fault, although, like I told you before, it is an Ella's tradition to always burn the bread. So we did, so there you go. Alright, so this we're going to stick back in the oven on low broil, and we'll pull it out and we'll look at it again. Alright? Alright, it looked better. So let's just pull it out and let's just make sure it's better. It's not perfect. Nothing in this world is. But that's the best you can do on a shoestring budget when all you have are flip-flops. So let's just pull a little bit out here and let's, oh wow, sizzling. Oh my. So this is what we've got for supper tonight. Rabbit and dumplings. Enjoy. Thanks for watching Dreamcatcher Farm and Forge, and tune in for our next episode.